Hello everyone, it's Rachel here. Welcome to another Craft With Me video. Today I am going to be putting the finishing touches in this journal that I've made for a friend to give to her friend. So I'm just going to go through and find any pages where I think I need extra stuff and fill them up. And then it's kind of a flip through for you as well to see what's in. I mean, most of the stuff that you've already seen, but it might just give you some ideas of how you can find something to go in those blank spaces. So I think that's an empty pocket, so I need to make some sort of journal card to go in with that. Right, we'll start with that one straight away. So let's see what I've got in my box of tricks. Each time that I do a journal, I gather a load of inspiration and put it in a box, and that means that I've just got the colour scheme together and I don't really need to think about it too much. I've got those circle cards there which could go in that square pocket, but I've used one a couple of pages before, so I don't really want to do that. Sorry, I'm getting myself in a jumble here. Right, I'm going to pull those out to one side because they're pre-made pockets made from envelopes. So I'll have those out to one side because I'm pretty confident I can find somewhere to put those. And then I might fill in some space with these words that I made. Is there anything on these? Aha, we have some journal cards pre-made. I'm not convinced there's any that I want in that particular pocket. Ah, that's better. I was looking for something with a bit more contrast because it's a very pink on pink pocket, so I think I'll use that one. Have I got greens in this journal? I can't remember. It's a while since I've worked in it. Oh no, there's no other greens really. Oh yes, there is. Right, I'm going to cut that out when I find my scissors. Just pop it there. Right. Let's close up for now. Otherwise I'm going to keep getting myself confused. Just pop that out to one side. Right. So with these I like to, I don't know if you can really tell, oh, which way do I need to go? This way and up. It's not a straight edge, the print, on purpose because it's distressed edge. So I just go around with a pair of scissors and try and follow the design as much as possible. But then I'll also go around it with, if I can find it, I've got a little distressing tool somewhere. It is very small though, so it always ends up getting lost. There, so I use a Crafter's Companion one. And it's quite nice because you don't have to worry about being terribly straight with your scissors. Such as there where I've just accidentally cut a corner off in my haste. So you can just sort of follow around, and then places like this where it's got notches out, then you can concentrate on those with your distressing tool. I've never properly learned how to use one of these, so I just make it up as I go along. There's probably a more efficient technique that you ladies will know. And I'm going to try and keep my scraps in one neat pile because I've just tidied up my desk and it was a horrifying mess. It always ends up like that, and I've got scraps everywhere and then mixed in with stuff that I really don't want to lose. So it's a habit that I need to stop. So I'm going to try and be a bit more organised from now on. Famous last words. So it's November the 5th tomorrow, bonfire night in the UK. So do any of my UK followers have plans for that? Because I have been searching for bonfires to take my little boy to, and they're all sold out. I mean, they used to be pre-COVID times, they used to be open to anyone. But now they're all ticket based and sold out, so I was a bit disappointed. I do like bonfire night. In one of the local villages, my sister has, well, her partner has a lot to do with the village bonfire, but it's not on this year because they were unable to get it all organised due to COVID. So that tradition isn't going ahead this year. But yeah, I was just a bit disappointed to find that we couldn't go to any of the local nights. Right, so we've got a card in that one. Let's do one of those little pockets on there, do you think? It's a bit gaudy, that, isn't it? It's a bit too bright. I might just take that back a little bit, that brightness, with my inky tool. I'm not being too careful about it, but it's just gonna blend it in towards the more old-fashioned colour scheme. I'll do that side as well, although it doesn't need it as much with it being more pastel. But it can't hurt to add a bit, can it? Okay, so I want to leave that one as a plain design paper because we've got a pocket there, but we need something to go in. So let's just take one of these. I'll go down the greeny blue grey kind of route again with this one. Scrap pile. So I'm thinking this pocket's just a little bit too modern looking. So I'm going to tone that down with a little bit of decoration. Sometimes I don't mind a modern pattern, but it's just got to be in moderation. I've just seen that postcard, which I think will do the trick. What was I? I lost what I was working on there. And then that's just going to take that down a peg or two in the brightness stakes. In fact, let's have a pocket on a pocket. And then I'll layer that over it. Right, now to see if my glue's going to work, because I think it was looking a bit blocked when I was tidying up. So I stupidly paused the video while I was unclogging the glue, and what you didn't see is me sticking down this little pocket. I overlaid it with this piece of wording, popped some tickets in, and the tag went in the back pocket there. I'm a bit gutted that I managed to waste that time, but onwards and upwards. So next I found this patch which needs to have something to go under the belly band, and what I was thinking was to decorate this possibly with some fabric straight up, just so that it's nice and sort of bright against that pinky coloured background. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hope that my tacky glue works for this job. I am going to stitch around the edges as well, but that'll have to be once the glue's dried so that it doesn't clog up my machine. So I was thinking of doing some with the pattern and then a little plain area there. So just plop that on top and cut around. There we go, and then I can set that aside to dry and we'll come back to that one. Okay, we can carry on looking through the journal. Right, everything's looking a bit boring around here, so I think something on this page would be fine. How about, yep, we'll have that envelope pocket there. So this is just, oh, it must have been used for something else. This still remains on the back, but we don't need to worry about that as it's getting glued down. Let's just cut a notch out the top as well, so that we know that that is also a pocket. Of course, you would be a lot better off doing this before you add the glue, otherwise you'll end up stuck up to the eyeballs like me. Right, that can go there, and then something needs to go inside. And then we need something for this pocket as well, which I left open presumably to glue and then put some lace over the top. So we can do that while we're here. Because it's velvet, that glue is going to show to an extent. Even though it'll dry clearly, it won't be that clear, it'll still be visible. So let's find some lace trim or ribbon. That could go on one side, but I don't think it's going to be enough to go around both sides. I've decided to add some washi tape around there. So we can just make that double-sided. Lining it up. Flipping it around the bottom. And back up the other side. think I've probably done that a bit wonky, so let's see if we can fix it. What I'm going to do is cut that then take it separately up the other side instead of wrapping it round, because I think that's where the problem, nope, new piece needed. I think that's where the problem happened. This has turned out to be a failure job. Right, that's better. And then trim. And then that just adds some visual interest as well. I'm going to put this butterfly that I've just found on there. I'm hoping that won't get caught on anything. Let's add a bit of shade into those wings. So if I stick that down, so it's up to that area. And hopefully it's not going to stick the entire pocket down. Just lift that up and check underneath. Right, there's no glue that's hit that back page, so we should be okay with that. Now, to make the most of this see-through pocket, I think we need something interesting to go inside. Something nice and that's got a lot of design to it. Maybe just one of these circles would work. So it'll fit. Okay, so I don't want to go for butterfly overkill, so we'll use one with just roses. Caught a thread from somewhere. Oh, I thought that stained. Hopefully that's far enough away from that glue that it won't stick in. So So I don't mind having a tall journal card poking out of the top of that pocket. Just check the width to make sure it'll go in. I love ornate frames like this. I need to learn how to draw some so that I can make my own printables with them in. I know that you can download them from online, but I don't want to have the same as everybody else. So to be able to make my own would be cool. Do many of you create your own printables? Your own journal kits? Let me know in the comments, please, because I would be interested to see your work, and I'll have a look to see what kind of things you do. I'm just going to set that over so that the dust from this paper doesn't come inside the journal. And if you do make your own printables, what programs do you use? I've been playing around with the idea and I've started designing some. I've been using Procreate and Photoshop and just all sorts. Thankfully I already have them for the business. So I've just been able to experiment a bit with all of them without having to worry about the cost because I already pay for it. I've lost my inking mat. No, I haven't. It's just here. It's always close by. And I'm quite impressed actually at some of the ones that I've managed to make so far. So I'm just going to try and put a kit together and see if it's worth adding to my shop, if it's something that people would like me to do. Somebody mentioned on the comments that they think I would be good at it, so I thought, right, let's give it a try. So thank you to that person. Oh, okay, that fits perfectly in there. So we've got 1, 2, and then we need something to go behind. So I'm going to put this exercise book paper in the back of that belly band. How shall I do it? Just fold it. And then I'm going to tear the top and bottom off. Oh, I managed to stick it after all. That just slots behind there, and then that leaves a nice space for somebody to do some journaling. It's a page that I did. It's complete. Nice tag there. We've got the other side of this. So I'm going to glue that down again. Just fold it down the middle. Cut it to the right size. And then, sorry, I was just checking it there. This time I need to make sure that the top corner is where it begins. Now that should meet the edge. Still not quite, but it'll be more hidden than it was. and then I can just trim that bottom edge which was slightly off centre. So I'm going to add a whole load of glue to this. Well, I say a whole load, but I still need to add it quite thinly so that the paper doesn't wrinkle up too much. But I want plenty so that it sticks well. And just smooth that down. I can feel that that lines up with that side, so I just need to trim. And then I'm going to ink to blend both sides. But what I didn't want to do was ink that edge because I think it would separate it and make it look like a corner. Yeah, I'm just going to add some extra glue. Oops. To make sure those corners and edges stay nice and flush with the packet. I think that's good to go. Right. So that's looking a bit more unusual. And I'm just going to make a simple journal card out of this paper. Where's my trimmer? Right beside me. I knew I would have it within arm's reach. That's one thing I'm normally quite organised with. So I'm kind of guessing at the size here. As long as it fits in the pocket, I'm not too worried. This card is so pretty with that iridescent sheen to it. Goes in there. Okay, so the last thing that I'm going to do for you on camera today is just trim round the fabric on here, and then I'll show you what that looks like stitched and pop it inside the journal. So I've gone about halfway through the journal there. It's taken more time than I thought. Will do. Right, and happily the hole is lined up with the hole in the lace, so I don't need to re-punch that. Right, I'll be back after I've stitched it. So I've stitched around the edges with some brown cotton, and I just did a zigzag stitch. I would have liked to use one of my more decorative stitches, but I chickened out with it being a circle shape. I wasn't brave enough to do it. So I'm just going to add a string pull, and then I'll put that inside the journal as well, and then we'll call it a day with this project for today, and I'll do some more of it off camera at some point. It really needs to be done. I've been working on it a long time. Oh, I forgot to turn the light on, sorry about that. I might zoom you out a bit so you can see what I'm doing. Now I just need to remember, oh, I need to ink that as well. I just need to remember where it was going. Seriously, oh no, it was there. There we go. And you see how that bright cream just makes it pop out a little bit better. So that's why I wanted to do a lighter colour for that. Okay, and let me just find that page. So while I'm inking that, I will say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again next week for another Craft With Me video. And of course a tutorial on Tuesday. See you later.